Hey everyone, my name is Tom Desmond. I'm the CEO of Apricot Law. This video is custom tailored to divorce attorneys that want to learn how to get more cases from the web, specifically to rank number one for divorce lawyer in their locations. So the video is going to be kind of long. Stay tuned. It might be 30 minutes. You can come back and watch it in a couple of sittings if you like, but there's no fluff or sales pitch. It's all education and analysis. So I think you're going to enjoy it. If you do want to know more about Apricot Law, you can call me 212-960-8584, and you should definitely take advantage of the free website audit video. So you go to our website, apricotlaw.com, and claim it, and you'll get it in about 48 hours. That video is very much like this video that I'm going to do here, but I'll be focused on your website. So I'll do an analysis of your website using some web tools, and I'll compare your website to your competitors, the top competitors in your market. So this is just an offer for family attorneys. I'll make my head small. Here's a table of contents of the video. We'll talk about relevance and authority and then how that pertains to organic ranking in Google. And we'll go into detail in these. Like I said, the video is going to be long. But you can come back and watch it in a couple of different sittings, get some popcorn, a lot of good info. I think you're going to like it. The importance of mobile design, and I'll go a little bit into that. We'll talk about keywords and this specific tool, SEMrush, which I think you'll find interesting. And then I'll look at all of these locations that you see here. And I have them all pulled up, and the search phrases are all in there. And then what we're going to do is look at the strongest website in each of those locations, and I may be able to quickly find the crack in their on-site strategy and off-site link building. So ultimately, when I do an analysis like this and I look at the top competitors in any market, it's pretty easy for me to especially using these tools, to spot the weaknesses. And every time there's a weakness or something that isn't perfect, it's an opportunity for another firm to get it right and jump up there and take those spots and get those cases. So these videos are really exciting for me because I learned so much about these markets, and I see the opportunities for law firms to jump up there and get these spots. All right, here's some keywords. So let's look at this one first. Orange County divorce lawyers, that's the phrase. These are ads, even though they're at the top, it's not worth your money because the bounce rate is very high and it's very expensive. This may be disappearing. The map section, I'm hearing that it's going to, but it's important to be up there. Here's the top three. This is the winner circle. Now, I know a lot of attorneys search their phrases and they see Yelp or FindLaw or Justia in the top three, and they think, well, how am I going to push them out of the way? It's actually not as hard as you would think. The domain authority is very strong. These are strong websites. But if you were to set up your website properly and show Google that you're more relevant than these directories, Google will promote your website. So it's not hard if it's set up properly on page. It's impossible to outmuscle these websites because they're so strong, but we outdo them with relevance, and I'll explain how that's done. The first website that's actually a law firm website is in the number 4 position. So let's take a look at that one. And I'll use this one as a reference, as a tool for analysis. So now there's two parts to organic ranking. One is relevance and the other is authority. Relevance is everything that's on your website. So you have to set up your website in a very specific way to be relevant for these phrases. And I'm going to go into that in detail right now. The other component is authority. That's website strength. Website strength comes from backlinks. A backlink is when another website has a link on it pointing to you. Think of that like website nutrition. And that's what we call it here at Apricot Law. And I'll explain that in great detail later in the video. Let's go back to relevance. Now I'm going to open up this tool, Moz. All this does is pull some of the SEO elements from this page into this one little section so I can talk about it. So now there's about 35 things that we do on every page to make it ultra relevant and sharp and optimized, but I'll go through maybe 8 of them. The other ones are little code things on the back end. The video will be too long. So I'm going to try to go fast. The URL, obviously, very important. This is the domain name. That doesn't change. This we have control over, which is the portion of the domain name. That's the page title. And you need the keywords in there, which they have. Orange County Divorce Lawyers. They also put the name of the firm in there. That's not advisable. Everything that I say here or in any video that I do, it's based on information that we've gotten through testing. Now, we own 1,000 websites. We have a lot of clients. We have a lot of data. It's all backed up by tests. So in our testing, we've found that it's better to just keep that URL very clean to match the keyword without anything else. Not over-optimized, not under-optimized. The next important element is page title. Same thing. It should just be the keyword, which they did. It's perfect. Now, this little thing here is the pipe. That's fine. It just divides the page title up. So what you're telling Google is, this is really what the page is about. This is just some extra information. Now, what I see a lot of people, and the mistake that they make is they try to put some more keywords over here. And this is actually borderline making that mistake. You can also set it to just put the name of your firm. That's a default you can set up in your content management system. What we do is put a call to action there. And in our testing, we found that that's the best way to get that click through. This is a meta description. This is a code. It's a snippet in the back end. This is not something that the person who's reading your site sees. However, it is right here. This is your meta description. So you're telling Google what to put there. And it's no longer a ranking factor. However, it's good to put the keywords in there. As you can see, it makes them bold. It draws the person's eye in. So you can even leave it blank, and Google will choose some text from your website, from that page. But it's best, we've found, to write them to make sure that we get that keyword in there, and we also get a call to action in there to get that click through. Again, we've tested many different meta descriptions, and it's just important to make sure you get that data in there. Another little bit before I jump back, this is the page title. So again, we're telling Google what to put here in this blue text. Next, meta keywords, that's fine, leave it blank, no longer ranking factor. And this right here is your H1 tag. An H tag is a header tag. This is header 1. So Google leans a little heavier on the H tags to determine what the page is about, as opposed to using the text of the page. Now, of course, the search engine spiders read all the text, and it all gets indexed. But the H tags there's a little more of an emphasis on the H tag when Google's trying to determine the relevance of a page. So it's important to get that keyword in there. And again, our testings show to just put the keyword, leave all the other stuff out. They have the keyword in there. They have a little extra information. H2 tags are super important. Now, I see a lot of people doing one of these two things. Either they leave it blank, which is not advisable, or they keyword stuff it. They just keep putting the same keyword in there, header after header. And that's kind of what this website did. So this is why this website is in the number 4th position instead of number 1 or number 2, is because they didn't get the on-page SEO stuff perfect. H tags have 2 purposes. On the people side, it's just like when you open up a magazine or a newspaper or a web page, you scan the page and you look at those headlines to see if it's worth your time. So we have to make sure that we get those buzzwords in there. It's important to have the keywords in there too, but buzzwords are even more important. And there's a lot of things that people who are going through a divorce and looking for an attorney search online. So we know what those things are. We know what people search. We know what people click on. We want to get those important buzzwords in those H tags to keep the readers on the page, guide them down the page. That does 2 things. When you keep people on the page, your bounce rate goes down. Google likes to promote websites with low bounce rates because a low bounce rate is a clear indication that the reader is finding something interesting on the page because they haven't left, right? So websites with low bounce rates are very easy to rank. Number two, people that stay on the page longer are more likely to take the action that you want, which is call you or send you an email or request a free consultation. So on the people side, very important to have good H2 tags. On the Google Spider search engine side, it's important to have those buzzwords in there, and then that's where you put some synonyms, because Google knows what people are also searching and clicking on, so you have to get that information in the H tags. Very important. Bold, italic, alt text used to be more important in the past than it is now, but I wouldn't spend any time thinking you're going to trick the search engines, making things bold. It doesn't work that way. Just do it for the reader. If something is important in your content, make it bold. Draw their eye to it. Okay, so this page is fine. So this is an H1 tag, right? And then you can see the H2 tags. They're actually the same size, or maybe a tiny bit smaller. But in the back end, there's a different code, so Google looks at it differently. The other thing I want to draw your attention to on page-wise, before we talk about authority, is the sidebars. So sidebars are super important, again, for bounce rate, because if you have that information in the sidebar that those visitors are interested in, the things that are going on in their minds, if you have that in the sidebar, they're going to click on it, and then your bounce rate goes down, and then you also start to look like their trusted advisor. They start to look at you like, oh, this person knows what they're talking about. So this is a family law sidebar. We could be even more effective if we went tighter into a tighter niche and turned it into a divorce sidebar. As in business, the tighter the niche, the more successful you're going to be. And it's the same thing with websites, because when someone comes on a page, not that family law is going to throw them off or turn them off in any way, but they'll be even more excited about information in a sidebar that fits their situation in that moment that they're reading. Makes sense, right? So I won't talk too much about that, but super important. Now, on the ranking side, a sidebar has to be set up in a very specific way. The sidebars have to coincide with what's happening structurally with the website. So when I mean structurally, I mean with these URLs. Now, there's a child-parent relationship with the URL. And this might be too small for you to see. I can make it bigger. It's not making it bigger. But this is a page. This is their Orange County divorce lawyer page. If you wanted to increase the strength of this page, in the back end, you turn it into a folder. And you do that by adding content here, right? There's the / and then you add another page. What that does is that increases the strength of the Orange County divorce lawyer folder, which Google loves. Google loves to see nice thick folders filled with relevant content, or pages built on phrases that are commonly searched for that tight niche. So what I found in this law firm website is that it's not set up properly. So all of their pages are flush on the domain. They're not in folders. So when Google comes to this website, it's like you go into your computer in the morning and suddenly all your folders are missing and all your content is just spread all over the desktop. It's kind of disorganized. Super important to put pages in folders in that proper structure. To take it a step further, you put those pages in the folders that belong in a nice tight niche. You have multiple folders if you have multiple subcategories, and then you link those pages together through little internal text links within your text. So I know that's on-page SEO in a nutshell. It's not rocket science. It's actually pretty simple. Of course, the key is being super meticulous and taking your time and getting this stuff done properly. You wouldn't believe how many websites I've analyzed that just don't have it set up properly. So that's why people complain about SEO. It's not getting done right. The next thing, now this part is rocket science. This is link building. This is building authority to the website by getting other relevant and authoritative websites to link to you. That's the website nutrition. That's what people make the biggest mistakes. That's where websites get penalized. The penguin penalty, websites get de-indexed, all of that stuff. That's from link building and bad link building. Now, like I said earlier, and we keep saying, is websites are link building is your website's nutrition. This tool that keeps popping up here over on your right is the nutritional value of this page. So I'll talk about these, some of these numbers. I won't go into all of them, but I'll give you a little rundown of what each of these mean, and then we'll do like a quick link qualities to take it a step further, so you can understand really what we're looking for when we're building links. So the first number here is trust flow, and that's exactly what it sounds like. It's the trustworthiness of this particular page, and that trust flow comes from how trustworthy the links pointing to it are. So here's the number. It's 37/34. Now that's pretty good. This is a competitive market, and we're up in the top 4 for that competitive phrase. It's going to require a trust flow about this high. Now, 37 is good, 34 is good. Don't expect to be in the 80s, like an 80 is a B. It doesn't work that way. It goes by the market, and every location is going to have a different number that's required to win. And we'll see that when I go through these in the top here. The next thing is society and law. If you can see that, this purple 37, this is the topical trust flow. That means the websites that are linking to the page are law related, society and law, as opposed to education or sports or entertainment or shopping, right? So you want law related sites to link to you. Page authority, PA is another way to say that, is a 31. Now that's a good number. This has nothing to do with the topic. It's just raw authority. So if you get links from Huffington Post or Forbes or any of these big, powerful websites, that page authority will start to increase. And stronger websites outrank weaker websites. 31 is a pretty good number, especially for an internal page. Let's come down a little bit. Now I'll talk a little bit about page speed. So this is the little icon here. It's a little, if you can see that, it's a little cell phone icon and the number 9 next to it out of 100. So that means this website page loads very slowly. That's a problem because Google wants to promote websites that snap into place very quickly. This icon is the desktop. It's an 81. So the desktop version is a little faster. What holds a website back is bloated code in the back end. So a lot of developers will use these off-the-shelf themes. They're like $59 for the theme. And then you choose your colors, you pop the text in, pop the images, pop your logo in, and that's your website. And some of them look pretty good, but they're slow. And that's a problem. Again, websites have to snap into place. So really, if you want to win in this market, you need a custom designed site with limited code, limited extra code in the back end. The reason these websites have extra code is they're designed for non-developers. So it's kind of plug and play. And those websites require a lot of extra code. The other thing, and I'll go back to mobile sites, the buzzword used to be responsive, but that doesn't really matter because all websites are responsive now. You can buy a $59 theme and you move it and it responds. See? The text moves, not a big deal. It's important, of course, for the website to respond, but more importantly, it has to look amazing, and that's going to really increase your conversion. When someone comes on your site, in fact, over 60% of the people that find your website on Google are going to find with their cell phones, or they're going to find a click-through or a referral from social media. They're on their phones. So it has to look amazing. And there's so much to do. Visual hierarchy and getting the trust elements there and getting the image to look perfect and to get the buttons that fit right under your thumb and the call to action and all of that stuff is really important. If you want examples, just give me a call or send me an email. I'll show you some examples of how that's supposed to look. Right. Next, Links. So I talked a little bit about those numbers: trust flow, topical trust flow, page authority, domain authority. Let's talk about how to get those links. So the link qualities. So I'm just going to click on this. This is just a slide that I had developed a while ago, and I'll just read it to you, and I'll explain what these things are. So links have to be diverse, means they have to come from a lot of different kinds of websites. Web 2.0, directories, the legal directories, local directories, paid directories, press releases, article syndication, guest posts on trusted sites. Those are usually pretty strong. Social media, you get different types of links from different social media platforms. PBN, that's private blog network. Those are usually pretty strong. Whoops. Relevance. Like I said earlier, topical trust flow is really important. Those links have to come from relevant websites. We say 85% should come from law-related. That's probably a fair number. Authoritative and focus. So the page, you get the juice or the nutrition from the page that link is coming from, not the domain. It's the actual page. Sometimes the pages are very weak. Even if the domain is powerful, the page might be a PA1, which is, there's no nutrition there. So that's really important. And focus means if that page that your link is on is one of 10 other links or more, it's diluted. You're not getting that power. So that's important. Anchor text ratio. The anchor text is the text of the link that's on that page that's pointing to you. That's super important. And you do want some exact match anchors. So if you want to rank for Boston divorce lawyer, you want some of those links to have that exact text. But if you overdo that, then your percentage blows past 5% exact match anchors. That's when you get hit with that penalty. That's the penguin penalty. So anchor text ratio is super important. Again, this has to be meticulously done. Velocity. Link velocity is the rate at which Google is noticing your website is acquiring links. So that's super important, and it has to fit the traffic that your website is currently getting, because if you only have 200 visitors a month, which is a pretty low number, you can't suddenly acquire 200 links in that same month. It just doesn't make any sense. So that's important. Okay, let's see what's going on here. What do we have to do? You know what? Let's talk about, let's check out SEMrush quickly, and then we'll move on to some of these locations. This is a great tool. I'll move my head over to the other side. What this tool does is it determines the amount of money you would have to pay monthly to Google AdWords pay-per-click to get the current organic traffic that you're getting. So this is traffic cost. It's really traffic value. It's the value of the traffic coming into your site organically. $131,000 a month, this website would have to pay Google AdWords. So when I say Google AdWords is a ridiculous waste of money, this is proof, because you could spend $9,000 or $10,000 a month on good organic SEO and get this kind of traffic value. I don't think anything more has to be said about that, right? Now, this tool is also really valuable because it's filled with valuable data. This is the keyword that this website's ranking for, the position it's in, how many times that keyword is searched, how difficult it is to rank for that keyword, the cost per click for that keyword, the page that's ranking so we can analyze how they did the SEO, the percentage of the traffic that the website's getting as a result of that keyword being searched and clicked on, and then a couple of other things. Amazing tool. I'm not a salesperson of this tool. I'm just on it all the time. There's also a button here you can click to see all the top competitors in this exact niche, an exact market. So it's great when we're analyzing or reverse engineering a competitor. When we go into a market, we want to win in that market, we use this tool to analyze top sites so we know exactly how to beat them. Great stuff. Okay, let's check out some competitors. So what I did with this tool, you'll see the tool pop up here again on the right. I talked about trust flow, page authority, right? And then before that, we talked about on-page elements. So those are the two components, relevance and authority. If you can now imagine that kind of happening here, it's a different view, but I have that same tool plugged in. So we can take a look at the strongest sites, the trust flow, the topical trust flow, the page authority, and then I can also click a quick button here to check out some of those on-page elements. And I'm going to try to go really fast through all of these and then close out the video. Just want a quick reminder for the free website audit video. Go to apricotlaw.com and claim yours. You get it in about 48 hours. All value and totally free. Okay, here we go. Here's the phrase Los Angeles divorce lawyer. All right, ready to go. Number one site, trust flow of 24. Pretty low. And you can see that the majority of the links are from computer software related. So this topical trust flow is not that great. Page authority 43, it's very strong. Now it's the home page that's ranking. Notice what I searched, divorce lawyer, they decided to use that phrase furthest to the left of their homepage. Not a bad strategy because the homepage is always the strongest page of your site. You can focus that homepage on one keyword instead of family law really being the top of that category. They chose divorce because they want to win for that one keyword. Not a bad idea. Let's check out the H tag. Did the same thing with their H1. They focus it on Los Angeles divorce attorney. They have 14 H2 tags. I'm going to look at all these later, or, I've already looked at them, but just to save time, I won't talk about them right now. Then there's Yelp. Not hard to beat them. The page authority of 1. So you beat them with a little authority. This is an internal page with a low page authority, not hard to beat. And we could beat them with relevance because this is just a page of headshots. Google does not want to promote a page of headshots. So if you come along, if you're in LA, not hard to beat them. You hire us, we could do it. In the number 3 spot, again, we have a page that it's a trust flow of 25, and Law and Society is not the predominant group of links. Page authority, again, of the home page is at 52. It's very strong. They have a lot of links, and the links are strong. They have 1,700 links. It's not the number of links, it's the strength of those individual links. So you can have 2,000 links and be outranked by a website that has 300 links. If those 300 are really strong, they're really coming from strong pages. Then there's Avo, and number 5. As you can see, this is not such a strong site. They don't have society and law links, and their trust flow is not that strong. Page authority of 29. Next, San Diego. Free consultation. Interesting, they have the word divorce, and they have the exact match in the URL, as you can see. Trust flow 13 for this ranking page, not that strong. Society and law is the topical trust flow. Page authority of 38. There's Yelp again, there's Avo, and there's Justia. This is open field. Next, Chicago. Avo at the top, Fine Law, Yelp, Justia. Again, people are not in this, attorneys or SEO companies in this market are not setting up their websites properly, and they're not doing good link building. Here's a number 5 website. It has decent on-page. It just has the keywords up there in the title. And look at this, 0 trust flow. It's still in the number 5 spot. New York. This is usually super competitive. Avo and Super Lawyers, they get pushed down a little bit by a couple of these other sites. This is a .lawyers site. This is uncontested. So trust flow 28, all society and law, page authority of 34. Not bad, right? Not hard. Jersey. Weinberg, this guy's always up there. Society and law, 34 is the topical trust flow, and 42 for the homepage. That's strong. 27 is the page authority of this ranking page. Quick click on this. Sidebar. They could have gone tighter at the sidebar. I just wanted to take another look at that one. Here he is again. No, that's different. That's Weinberg. This is Weinstein. This website is also very strong. 35 for the topical trust flow, 33 page authority. Not bad. Connecticut. Now, some of these are states, some of them are cities. I just chose them randomly. Every location is going to have different numbers. If you have a question, if you want me to analyze your particular location, again, get the free website audit video. It'll be in there. What are we looking at? Connecticut. I know Connecticut divorces are expensive. Not that I've been through it. I just read. Justia, family law, fine law. Nobody's up there getting this stuff done properly. Miami divorce lawyer. Avo, fine law, super lawyers, Justia, Yelp. Here's the first Florida Law Clinic. This looks like this is a competitive market. You can see here's in a number 8 position. Coral Gables, Miami divorce lawyer, has the exact match in the title. Trust flow of 37, page authority of 32. It's good. That's what we're looking to do. Number 9 position, Miami has the keywords, has Florida in there. No law firm links. Not hard to beat them. Jacksonville, Florida. This looks like the top law firm site, the number 2 spot. So they got the phrase in there perfectly. They have the H1 tag in there perfectly. They have 20 H2 tags. They made a mistake, though. These are not supposed to be H2s. Call today, our map menu. Sloppy on-page SEO. Good links. Law and Society. Trust flow of 41. Very good. Page authority of 11. So the links are trusted and they're law-related. However, they're not bone-crushing strong links. There's not a lot of links going into that site. Dallas. Here we go. Dallas. Number 1 position. Trust flow of 7. Page authority of 22. We like to push our trust flow up in the high 40s. And page authority comes up sometimes a little later. Moz has a little lag on how they adjust their numbers. But a lot of our websites are up in the high 40s as well. And once you're at that level, and that can be reached in 7-8 months, you're at the top. You're strong. Nobody can push you out of that position. Cordell. So 41, Law and Society. Again, page authority of 11. That's an internal page. It's not that strong. Their domain authority is at 39. So they're doing some links. They're doing some link building. Houston, trust flow of 30. Society and Law, page authority of 36. Their homepage is optimized for that phrase. So this is probably set up properly. I'm just curious. This is a theme, so it's going to be a little slow. I can tell it's a theme just because I've seen these so many times. They're linking to, these are all divorce related pages. You can see that word divorce in every one of those links. And they have the H tag matches the phrase. Good. So that makes sense. That was done properly. They're number 1 in a competitive market. Indianapolis. Avo. Here's Cordell again. Number 3, we have Society and Law, 34, 26, and 24 for page authority. So that's a decent site. Not strong. Here's a website, Uncontested Divorce, in the Indianapolis divorce lawyer. They put divorce twice in the title. Skilled Indianapolis divorce attorneys in the H tag, 10 H2 tags. They didn't set up their H2s properly. So again, this is not a tough market. Page authority of 1. Weak. Philly. HG pulls up that information block. They take the top 2 spots. The Atlantic. That's a newspaper. LegalZoom. There isn't a law firm in this market that have a properly set up website. Phoenix, Avo, FindLaw, Justia, Cantor. So here's the first law firm website that Google has chosen. I can't stress enough that it's not hard to beat these directories. Again, they're all long pages of headshots, and in most cases, the page authority is not even that strong. So Google, it's like this. If you have strong on-page SEO with all the things that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, with all those SEO components on page and the sidebar and the silos and the structure with the folders and those nice thick folders filled with relevant information, that's on-site stuff. That is one part. The other part is authority, and that's strength. Now, what's happening here, and I'm just reiterating what I said before, is that these directories have a lot of authority. Domain authority is an 80. This has a strong page authority of 39. Here's FindLaw, the domain authority of 88. This is a pretty strong page authority. They are winning because of their raw authority. So at some point, you tip the scale, and Google starts to see a website providing a lot of relevant information. If that's matched with just enough link building, you pop up above these. And in all of these markets, with the exception of maybe two, it hasn't happened yet. Here's one starting to creep up. Here's a page authority of 38, domain authority of 27, trust flow 27, and those are law-related links. Let's do a quick click on this. I hope you're still with me. If you enjoy the video, please share some feedback. I'd like to know that I'm reaching people. So his homepage, see, here's another example. Of a slow loading site because it's a theme. And he has good links, but look at this. This is the on-page SEO, not available. He's missing out on opportunities. As you can see, this is valuable stuff. This website has traffic value of $131,000 a month, and it's not being taken advantage of. It's not being grabbed. Right? Because of simple things. Phoenix. We got 3 left. Let's see if we can do it. Boston. Same thing. Avo. Nope, here's one. Best Boston divorce lawyer. And they put family law, and there's a pipe, and they just didn't put anything to the right of the pipe. Just leave it blank. Trust flow of 11, page authority of 37. They have some strength. They have some society and law. They don't have an H1 tag on the page, and they have 6 H2 tags. Totally general, doesn't mean anything. And that's why all these websites are just getting trounced by these ridiculous directories. Seattle divorce lawyer. Let's see what's happening in Seattle. Avo, attorneys, Yelp. Here's the first law firm website. Washington doesn't even have the word Seattle, which is in the phrase. It's not in the title, right? But Google doesn't have a choice because there isn't anybody else doing it properly. This one, Seattle divorce lawyer, then they put Seattle family. They just try to keyword stuff. This website has good links. Look at this. Trust flow of 46. The society and law, good number of links. Page authority of 25, pretty decent. The domain authority is 39. It's a strong site. 7 H1 tags. You only need 1. If you overuse this H1 tag, Google devalues the page. That's why 52 H2 tags. See what I mean? Number 5. Now this website would easily be in the number 1 spot just with the links alone if they didn't make those mistakes. North Carolina. Let's see. And then we'll close out the video. I hope you enjoyed this. I know it was long. I do a lot of these, so I get a lot of feedback, and all the feedback is very positive. So, but that doesn't mean not to write. Write, call, say something. Let's have a conversation. I'm not a salesperson. This is what I love to do. Apricot Law is an incredible company with, I think we have 12 employees. You know, we're all full-time people that want to just kick ass in this market. We want to be the best. I can show you tons of results. You can talk to all of our clients. Rosen, and they took up the top 2 spots. One page is optimized for the phrase. Number 2 meets the phrase almost perfectly, but has good metrics. That page authority of 48 is very strong. There's only 213 links, but they were good enough to get that page authority up. Trust flow of 22, Law and Society links. Then you can see, you know, they start to push these other sites down. Great. All right. I hope you're with me the whole time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, my name is Tom Desmond. Call me, 212-960-8584. All the best. Talk to you soon.